This is the lecture number 3 for the chapter Statistics for class 10th, and in this lecture we'll discuss the topic mode of the group data. Now what is the mode? Mode is the value of the observation having the maximum frequency. The data which has the maximum frequency is known as the mode. In a group data, the class with the maximum frequency is called the modal class. When it is a class interval is given, then the class interval of the maximum frequency is known as the modal class, and the mode lies in that particular class. So mode of the group data is found by using the following formula, which is equal to mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0, F0 to F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now what are these F1, F0, F2, L and H? Now L is the lower limit of the modal class which we have discussed. Modal class is the class which have the maximum frequency in the group data. H is the size of the class interval, class size. F1 is the frequency of the modal class, the maximum frequency we can say. F0 is the frequency of the class interval preceding the modal class. Modal class se pehle wali frequency. And F2 is the frequency of the succeeding the modal class. Exactly next frequency to the modal class is known as the F2. So by using this formula we can easily find the mode of any group data. So this is somewhat easy topic. Now in question number 1 of exercise 14.2, the age in years is given and the number of patient is given. So this column is given in your book. Age in years is given 5 to 15, the number of patients are 6, and 15 to 25, the number of patients are 11, and so on. Their total patients are 80 is given. And you have to find here the mode as well as the mean of the given data. So mean as well as the mode of the given data. So to find the mean, as usual in the first exercise, first of all find the class mark, which is denoted by xi, which is obtained by using lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2 class mark, or the middle value of the class interval, the 5 plus 15, that is 20, divided by 2 it is 10, and so on. It is 20, its middle value will be 30, it will be 40, it will be 50, it will be 60. Then you have to find the deviation, which is xi minus assumed mean, and the assumed mean we have let it here as 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it means the even number of data. So we have assumed mean here as 40. We can use the assumed mean as 30 as well, you can take. So xi minus 40 means 10 minus 40 is minus 30, 20 minus 40 is 20, 30 minus 40 is minus 10, 40 minus 40 is 0, 50 minus 40 is 10, 60 minus 40 is 20. Then ui is xi minus assumed mean upon class size, and a is already we have let it equal to 40, h is 10, which is the class size, that is upper limit minus lower limit divided by 2. So you have to divide this column by h, that is minus 3, that is 10, minus 30 divided by 10 minus 3, minus 20 divided by 10 is minus 2, divided by 10 minus 1, divided by 10 0, divided by 10 1, divided by 10 it is 2. Then you have to make a column of fi into ui, that is multiply this fui with the fi, which is 6 into minus 2 minus 18, 11 into minus 2 it is minus 22, 21 into minus 1 is minus 21, 23 into 0 is 0, 14 into 1 is 14, 5 into 2 is 10, that is this column. That is the sum of this column is summation fiui, which is minus 37. These three terms are negative, these are positive. You know how to add this column, and the total frequency is 18. So the mean you can easily find by using a formula, that is assumed mean summation fiui upon summation fi into h. So assumed mean is 40, summation fiui is minus 37 divided by total frequency, which is equal to 80, into h, which is the class size. Simplify, it is equal to 35.37. So we can interpret from this the maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are age group of 36.8, and the average age of the patient is 35.5. Now this will calculate the maximum, that is the maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital of which age group, that is you have to find the modal size, that is you have to find the modal class. Now You have to first of all to find the mode of this data. You have to find first of all the modal class. Now the maximum frequency here is 23. So this is the modal class. This is the modal class, maximum frequency it has. So as usual, this is f1, that is the frequency of the modal class. F0 is the frequency of the preceding class interval, and F2 is the frequency of the succeeding class interval. L is the lower limit of the modal class, which is equal to 35. This is equal to 35, and H is the class size, which is equal to 10. You have to simply replace in this formula, that is L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into class size. Replace this value. You are getting the 36.8 as the modal age of the patient in years. That is 36.8, and the average age is 35.37. So you have to, in this question, you have to find both things, that is the mode as well as the mean. So this is the question number 1 of this exercise. Second, now in question number 2, what is given? You read this in your NCERT book. It is given that the lifetime in hour is given. Lifetime in hour is given. What is lifetime of which things? In hours is given of the 225 electrical appliances is given. So 0 to 20 hours, the number of appliances are 10. 20 to 40 hours, the number of appliances as given as 35, and so on. And here you have to find the modal lifetime. Modal means you have to find the mode of this data. Now to find the mode, you have to first of all decide the modal class. Now what is the modal class? Modal class is the class having the maximum frequency. So this is the modal class. So from this modal class, you can easily find the F1, this is F0, and this is F2. Frequency, F0 is the frequency of the preceding modal class, F2 is the frequency of the successive class interval, and here F1 is 61, F0 is 52, F2 is 38, and lower limit of the modal class is 60. This is equal to L, and the class size is upper limit minus lower limit, which is equal to 20. These are the values, and you have to replace this in formula, that is L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus H into class size, and you will get 65.625 is the hours is the modal lifetime of the component of the electrical appliances. Now in question number 3, expenditure is given in rupees and the number of families is given, and you have to find the modal expenditure in question number 3. So if the expenditure is 1000 to 1500, then the number of families are 24 in question number 3. If the expenditure is 1500 to 2000, the number of families are 40, and so on. The table is given, and you have to find the modal expenditure in rupees. So first of all, as usual, when you have to find the mode, you have to find the modal class. The maximum frequency here is how much? It is equal to 40. So this is the modal class. This is the modal class, and this is the F1. This will be F0, and this will be F2. F1, F0, F2, and class size is H, which is upper limit minus lower limit, which is equal to 500, and L is the lower limit of the modal class, which is equal to 1500. Simply you have to replace in this formula L F1 minus F0 upon 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H, and you will get the modal expenditure in rupees is 1847.83 is the modal expenditure of the families. Now in question number 4, read it carefully. In this you have to find the mean as well as the mode of the number of student per teacher, and how many states are there, it is given. If the number of student from 15 to 20 per teacher, the states are 3. If the number of students per teacher is 20 to 25, the states are 8. If the number of students is 25 to 30 per teacher, the number of states are 9, and so on. These two columns are given. These two columns are given. Now you have to find the average student per teacher as well as the modal students, modal number of students per teacher. So as usual, when you have to find the mean, first of all you have to find the class mark, which is denoted by xi, which is obtained by lower limit plus upper limit upon 2, that is 15 plus 20 divided by 2, 35 divided by 2, that is 17.5, and so on. It will be 22.5, 37.5. For this it will be 32.5, or we can say the mid values of this class intervals. 45 plus 50, that is 95 upon 2, which is equal to 47.5, and 50 plus 55 upon 2, which is equal to 52.5, and so on. Now then you have to find xi di, which is equal to xi minus assumed mean, and assumed mean is assumed from the column of xi 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So their number of terms are 8. So from any two middle values you can assume the assumed mean. So here I have let assumed mean as here as a 37.5. So xi minus 37.5 is the deviation, that is di. So 17.5 minus 37.5 will be equal to minus 20. 22.5 minus 37.5 will be equal to minus 15. 27.5 minus 37.5 is equal to minus 10. 32.5 minus 37.5 equal to minus 5. 37.5 minus 37.5 will be equal to 0. 42.5 minus 37.5 will be equal to 5, and so on, that is 10 and 15. Then you have to find the column of ui, which is equal to xi minus assumed mean upon class size, that is you have to divide this by class size, which is equal to 5. So you have to divide this column by 5, which is equal to minus 4 divided by 5, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is always the order of ui. Then you have that is start with 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. Then you have to find the column of fi into ui, which is you have to multiply this column with this, that is 3 into minus 4 minus 12, 8 into 3, that is minus 20, 8 into 3 minus 24, 9 into minus 2 minus 18, 10 into minus 1 minus 10, 3 into 0 0, and so on. And this is the sum of this column, which is summation fi ui, which is equal to minus 58. Sum of the frequency is 35, the sum of this column. So the mode is obtained by selecting the modal class. The modal class is this maximum frequency. So this is f1, this is f0, this is f2, and L is the lower limit of the modal class, which is equal to 30, and H is the class size 20 minus 15, which is equal to 5. Simply you have to put this in formula to obtain the mode, that is L plus f1 minus f0 upon 2 f1 minus f0 minus f2 into H. Replace these value. Simplify it as 30.6 is the modal number of student per teacher, and the mean is obtained by A summation fi ui upon summation fi into H. By using this summation fi ui is equal to minus 58. Total frequency is 35, assumed mean is 37.5, and class size is 5. Replace these values, you'll get the mean, average number of students per teacher. So from this we can interpret that most state union territories have student teacher ratio is 30.6, average 30.6 per teacher students, and the average ratio is 29.2, and so on. So this is the question number 4 of this exercise. We'll discuss the remaining question of this exercise in the next lecture. Thank you.